Hey guys, it's Sarah and welcome back to a new video, and today, as you can tell from the title, I will be decluttering my makeup storage and collection that I have hidden inside my wardrobe. And I haven't gone through this in such a long time, so we're gonna go through this together and clear out some old and unwanted things, so let's get started. Before I start organizing, I'm just going to put aside my Etude House gel nails and LED lamp and some cute Japanese makeup packaging that I can't seem to let go of. So this is the collection that's inside my little vanity inside my wardrobe. At the side you can see in a little box that's separated, I have a bunch of samples that I tend to use every now and then I have some separate containers that have lip and eye products, some compacts and cushions and powder packs. I have some palettes here and makeup bags, and at the back I have more lip products and some face products like base and foundations and eyeshadows right next to the samples. So I'm going to go through all of these and get rid of expired products and products that I no longer use and that I don't really like anymore, and keep the products that I might like in terms of its packaging or what I want to keep for reference because I really enjoyed the product. So that's how I'll be doing it today. As for these products that I'm currently holding and touching, I will be keeping them in my makeup collection and storage, but for the meantime I am going to also move them aside and focus on the other stuff. So when I'm organizing, I like to focus on one thing at a time, and to help me out, I like to put more things aside that I'm not focusing on, so that's what I'm doing. Onto these lip products, I decided to get rid of the things I know I don't use at all. So I got rid of a lot of Western branded stuff, and then I realized the rest of my lip products were actually K-beauty brands, so I decided to just put that on hold and organize them later after I organize that second tray full of lip products and do the other stuff. In this little Makeup Forever eyebrow kit bag, there's a CC cream that is quite old, so I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm keeping the bag, getting rid of this gel liner, this eye primer, and this jelly eyeshadow from Holika Holika. I bought this when I first started my channel, but I never used it since. It's quite old and there's no use for it, so I'm also saying goodbye to that. Call me cheap, but I'm going to keep my old favorite Bobbi Brown concealer just for reference. This was given to me on my 18th birthday, so I'm also keeping it because it was from a good friend of mine. This brings back so much memories. It's an old Lancome eyeshadow quad and I used to use it during my first few makeup videos in my channel, so I can't let go of this and I'm going to keep it in my collection still, even though I don't use it, because yeah. Another product I'm keeping are these Bourjois blushes. I hope I'm pronouncing them right, but these are my first blushes in I think early high school, so like back in 2008, and these were hell expensive, like $20 each, so I'm keeping them even though I don't use them anymore. This Innisfree eyelash curler I thought would be really effective. I mean, Pony uses it and she made it look so good, but it just doesn't work on my eyelashes, so I don't really have much of a purpose for it, but it is quite handy just to have in case, so I'm putting that back. Again, switching the containers to now the face products. I believe I'll get back to the lips later, but for now we'll focus on these foundation and base products. I can't seem to let go of these high-end branded makeup. Now this Makeup Forever palette I did use a lot, and these guys would have seen it in my videos, but it's quite old, so I can't really use them on my face anymore, but for collection purpose I think I'm going to keep it for now. This is such a fail so far. A limited edition lip tint is just going to be put aside for now as well. I'm saying goodbye to my face blur primer because it is old. I really did enjoy these three foundations and I did keep them for reference for shade, and now that I have the shades referenced, I no longer need them stored, so I can get rid of them. I'm saying goodbye to this Aura base by the Sem, and for the Too Cool for School Dinoplats cushion blusher, I think. I don't know, the packaging is so cute. I never showed on video because once I tried to wash the cushion tip, it got stained terribly, and I just decided not to show it to you guys anymore. But the packaging is too adorable, so I'm going to keep that in my collection. These products were well loved and used, but I'm going to have to say goodbye to them since they are old. I am keeping the Skin Food foundation and the Etude House Play 101 sticks, and when you look at the container, I basically got rid of half of the stuff, and yeah, now I feel like I'm being productive, so we're doing good. Onto the cushions, the blushers, the compacts, all of that. I am getting rid of quite a few things here. I'm letting go of the Innisfree mineral powder, the L'Oreal cushion compact, because I did use that until it was completely used up, but I could easily repurchase that, so I can throw that away. I'm saying goodbye to this powder since I have a second one, and this little sample size from Mecca, and oh my gosh, it's an old treasure, the Too Cool for School Art Class by Rodin contouring palette. And the reason why I stopped showing it to you guys, yeah, I am keeping these eye loose pigments just for emergencies. The Makeup Forever HD pressed powder was so good, but my heart broke when it shattered the same year I bought it. But I did transfer it into the Innisfree mineral powder container because it was empty already. But yeah, I used it up completely. I liked it, but I just don't have the chance to repurchase it because I am cheap. But I'm going to keep the container for reference, and here I decided to keep the empty container and throw out the camouflage correcting palette instead because I don't use it. So yeah, I'm saying bye to that as well. I used to love this powder and repurchase it whenever I would visit Philippines, but I don't use it anymore and it's old, so I have to say bye. Onto the actual cushions. This is the Innisfree longwear cushion, I believe. Yeah, here I'm just contemplating whether or not I should get rid of it completely or just the actual cushions itself, but for now just put that back. And yeah, onto this cushion. I think this is the Magic Any cushion, the peach shade. This was one of my favorite color correcting cushions ever since I started my channel and all that. But from here, I'm pretty sure I decided to just get rid of the actual cushion and keep the compact case because it is one of like the first generation style where it was like chunky. So I decided to just keep the cases instead, but get rid of the cushion refills. So yeah, these Look It Proof Summer cushion blushers from Etude House were limited edition, so I'm keeping them even though I no longer use them. The Doraemon Appeal collaboration is limited edition, so I will be keeping the case for this cushion compact and getting rid of the refill, but for the two other small cushions, I will be keeping them how it is and just storing them back in my collection. If you were to ask what product I regret purchasing the most, it would be this Skin Food Cookie Blusher. The formula for this is just really dry, and the swatch for it is just so chalky. It's not really that pigmented at all, so yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this. I had an orange kind of toned phase where I would like buy a lot of orange toned products, and this is one of them, but I do like it, but I just don't use it as much. I'll still keep that, and also the Skin Food Rose Essence Multi Finish. This was a freebie from a purchase, but the packaging is cute and I guess I should try it out, and then in the future if I don't like it, I'll get rid of it. I'll be keeping this powder. It's just too cute to use, so I saved it in my collection. And this Etude House powder is a travel size sample, so I think it's something that could come in handy whenever I might need it in the future, so I'll be keeping this as well. And I decided to put the loose pigments back to the original container it was in with all the face products, so yeah. This eyeliner is all dried out, so I'm also throwing this out. As for the pencils and eyeliners, I'm getting rid of the Western brands because they're very old. This pen liner used to be my favorite, but that's completely used up as well. And the Etude House eyeliners, just to compare the two, I'd recommend the All Day Fixer liner because that's more pigmented and more long lasting, so go for that one instead. I'm keeping these eyeliners because these are one of my first few purchases. I'll be saying goodbye to these two because I no longer use them. When I bought these Play 101 pencils when they first came out, I was so excited, hyped up for it, but it just didn't work out for me, so I never bothered reviewing them and I just kept them in my collection. And it's been a few years now since I've had them, so I'm going to say goodbye to them, even though I had so much hopes for these products. But yeah, I'm going to say goodbye to these. As for the mascaras, I'm actually keeping all 4 of them. I really enjoyed all 4 of these and they worked out great on my lashes, so for reference I'm going to keep them and for collection purposes, so yeah. As for the brow products, the only one I'm keeping is the Holika Holika Wonder Drawing Auto Eyebrow Pencil because that was my first K-Beauty brow pencil, and the other 2 I am going to get rid of because they are old, and also I am repurchasing new versions of them, so yeah. This Nichido lip pencil I am keeping, and this Rimmel Scandalous Eye Nude Eyeliner I'll be keeping as well. I decided to move my cushion color correctors here from my other collection just because I don't really use them as much anymore, but I still do like them. I don't use this as much because I feel like it's quite useless. It's the L'Oreal highlighting pen, but I'm keeping it for its packaging. These 2 lip tints, the Holika Holika is an orange lip tint. I loved orange for a while, but I no longer use this, and I purchased this back in 2014, so it is quite old. I no longer use it, and the Sem Button Cushion lip tint, I didn't like that, so yeah, I'm going to have to get rid of that from my collection as well. If only this Rimmel Apocalypse lip lacquer was in a matte formula, I would have loved this so much. This is like a vampy plum red kind of lipstick shade that I would have loved to wear in winter times, but yeah, it just wasn't for me, so I never really used it, and it's 3 years old, so it's best to just let go of it. And for this Rimmel lipstick, it's like a natural nude pink that's for everyday wear. It's quite new, so I will be keeping this in my collection still. For future mascara purchase references, I am keeping these mini travel sample size mascaras because they surprisingly worked out great for my lashes, and these Etude House Bling Me Prism liquid eyeshadow is also being kept in the collection. And here I basically decided to put those mini mascaras into the Makeup Forever pouch just to keep it out of the way and save some storage space. The last part of decluttering are the lip products, and it's the hardest because these are the products that I tend to hoard more in terms of makeup, and yeah, it was really hard to choose, but I decided to let go of these 5 products that are all kind of in the red shade. I do love my red still, but these ones are very old, so I had to let go of them. That's basically it for my whole decluttering process, and basically now I'm just being a detailed freak and organizing them by brands and color, but this isn't the final placement for them, so in the future if you would like me to show you guys my makeup collection, I would be willing to do so for you guys, but it's not that interesting. These mini eyeshadow palettes are all quite limited editions, so I decided to just keep them all and just reorganize them in the container. And this concealer was very interesting. I don't really use it, but I thought it was just really cool, so I'm just putting that back. And I'm basically putting back everything that I moved aside for now, like the palettes and the little makeup bags. And now I finally have space for my gel lamp and the gel nail polishes, so yay. Guys, this is basically it to the whole entire video. I'm just reorganizing stuff, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, even though it was quite boring, and I'll see you guys next time.